All right, well, this is Between Plays. Now, let's get into CloudMD. So, CloudMD, once again, it's going you have to remember, everybody needs to remember that it's retail investors, right? CloudMD at the moment is mostly all retail investors. But I've asked, I've went to look, I've downloaded all the apps that I can think of in Canada when it comes to telehealth, and I don't see anyone using the Medicare card except for CloudMD. All right. If I go to CloudMD, if I go to their app, which I have, okay, and I'm going on there live right now, and I wish I can share this with you, but I'll take some shots and I'll put it up there. And this is my next step. You see, this is what I was telling you about. Like, I went to, everything's changed. So I have to, I'll be doing this. 2021, I'll be sharing my phone, and you'll be seeing what I'm seeing because it's just frustrating. So let's just go to see, I got Babylon here. All right. So if I go look at Babylon, it looks to me like I downloaded the app. I am looking at the app, and it's like, how, so appointments coming soon, check for symptoms. So you don't need, I can't even do appointments. I can't do anything. Help make Babylon accessible, and I'm just going, okay, personal identifiers, sure. You look into this, and, it's like, who needs your help? Someone else, me, whatever. And it goes there, and it just, and it says appointments going, and it says monitor your health. Try monitor now. Then there's another one that says manage your everyday health and develop new habits. And there's a health check. And then there's your you put in your stuff in here. But you have clinical records. So I have to put my password and stuff like that in order to get into that. There's memberships. So membership type. I go into here. For Quebec, enter membership codes. So membership codes and promo codes are different. Please go back to previous event and select subscription. So you see, I don't, that right away to me is all red flags, subscription, because so here's payment not available, next due amount, here's code, payment history. Why do I have a payment history? Red flags. Listen, in Canada, we have a socialistic type system when it comes to healthcare. So and you know what? In Canada, that's the way it is, and it works. To each their own, but there's no way in hell I'm paying out of my own pocket when we have a healthcare system that works. Everybody can say whatever they want in Canada. It works. Now, something, there's a lot of doctors that go to the States, or there's a lot of discussions and arguments. There's a lot of pros, fors and against. But I've seen videos of people in, I can't remember what her position was, and she was having a debate with somebody over, and they're like, well, how come you guys, or someone came down here to get treated for a certain thing because it was faster than, or whatever, or they had a better healthcare thing for. Look, the point is this, all right? I'm not paying for any memberships. So, gone right away. Just that alone, gone. I'm not even going to look at it. So, for me, that's just what it is, all right? And I'm sure that's going to be for almost every single Canadian. Not all Canadians, but every single. But I had some discussions with people that are like, well, I would gladly pay if I can use telehealth, because if that's what I'm going to use, that's what I use. I said, well, yes, I understand your point. So let's go and we go take a look at Maple, all right? And I downloaded that app as well. And, I was like, okay, so you're going to use them in, Quebec? Well, in Quebec, it's, $119 or something, $113 or $119. And then you have, if you go on to, because you just go to our website, and on Maple Telehealth, all right? And if you go on to telus.com, oh no, this is for, okay, if you go here, All right, 24/7. All right, online doctors, virtual health. Okay, 24. Get started now. All this kind of stuff. So they're talking about UTIs, and they were featured on the Star Global and everything like that. Same thing as CloudMD. They were featured. The CloudMD was featured also. So chat with a doctor. Diagnosis. See how it works. Okay, so now I got like I guess a bot that's coming on. Hey, hi, how are you? It talks about all the things that you basically use. And here we go, pricing in Quebec. So right away, I go there and I go take a look at this, and it says, from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day on a pay per visit basis at a cost of $119. So that is like, say what? Like, I have a Medicare card. I Skype with my doctor. I'm just going to continue Skyping with my doctor. Or my pediatrician. I ain't paying that. To me, that's completely unattractive, right? So then I go to pricing on Maple. This is getmaple.ca for anyone that wants to go and check it out yourself. And I see there's pay per visit, $49 weekday. Where is this? So one-time visits for you or a loved one if you're in a rush or if your doctor's not available. So $49 a visit, 7 a.m. to midnight, Monday to Friday time, whatever. So then there's $79 a visit, weekends and holidays. And then there's a $99 visit for overnight. All right. Registration is free, only pay for the visits that you need. Each visit is for one issue. There is no time limit. So each visit is for one issue. There's no time limit. So what if my ear hurts and then my toe hurts? I can't talk about both. Like, oh, it's going to cost you $99. I'm just saying, it says it here, it's for one issue. So it brings up a lot of questions for me. Now there's medical membership plans. All right. So you pay $30 a month. All right. This is for year-round care for you or your entire family. $30 a month, personal membership, up to 30 visits per year, and $30 a month. So up to, this is personal membership. This is for personal membership. Then you have, for up to 30 visits. So you're limited, right, with your visits. Now, actually, if you're healthy, 30 visits is a lot. Now, $50 a month for family membership, up to 50 visits per year. Our memberships are paid annually and give you access to year-round care. You must be legal guardian or power attorney for medical decisions for all family members. Now, if I try to click on that, I can't click on it because I'd like to know really what that means for family membership. Like, if I have 10 kids, is all my 10 kids included? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because it's up to 50 visits per year. All right. So there's credit packages, starter $100 credit, 5% pay, only $95. So extended $200 year-round $500 credit. So the 50% of Maple visits, use credits for visits or memberships. So now, why do I have to pay if I'm a Canadian? Telemedicine visits are not widely covered by provincial health plans in Canada. Okay. So that brings up questions. Telemedicine visits are not widely covered by provincial health plans in Canada. But then, I'm looking, I'm saying, well, CloudMD is in Vancouver and in BC. So now I'll go to their app because I have that too. So now I go to their app. I just got to find it in my 1 trillion apps that I have over here. Unless I'm going to go put it in the search history because that's probably the only way I'm going to find my CloudMD. Although it's a really catchy, here we go, CloudMD. So CloudMD, here we go. So now I go and look at CloudMD. Although they're not in Quebec, I can still access a whole bunch of features. So let's log in. So first of all, okay, so I didn't make it remember my thing. So let me just get this information inside here on how I had logged in last time. Hopefully it's exactly what I think it is for the password. All right, so let's go in here. Let's see if I hit the wrong thing. Okay, let's try that again. Here we go. So I can book by appointment, my messages, I can go to my messages, I can go to my appointments, I could go to my account. So when I go to my account, I can go to my dependents. All right, it's actually extremely streamlined. It's so simple to use. It's insane. And if I go to my account, let me see if I log in here. I put in my middle name, my last name. I put my healthcare province, and then I put my healthcare number, birth date, sex, at birth, contact information, city, street, province, all this kind of stuff, and I save it. Let's go to my dependents. It says no dependents found because I didn't create for my dependents. All right, so I have to add a dependent. But let's say I did add a dependent. So why not? I'm going to use it anyways. I'm in long term in CloudMD, that's for sure. So enter first name here, middle name, last name, healthcare province, and your health number, and we're done. You have to fill out the other stuff like city, province, whatever, but save and continue. So we've had people in CloudMD Wealth Investor Group that said that they've used it in Ontario, I believe, or in Vancouver and in British Columbia, and they love it. Some have said that we love it, and they gave it the 4 out of 5 stars. Most of the people that used the app said it was extremely easy, and they gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. That they could do CloudMD on demand, where you just sit in a virtual waiting room to see the doctor immediately, which replaces calling 811 and stuff like that for nurses and everything like that in Quebec. And of course you could do appointments. It's all streamlined. It's very simple. You set it all yourself. Asks you questions like, I have a rash that just won't go away. I notice every time I eat an apple or something like that. Whatever. Point is that it asks you some questions. You do your triage bot and whatever. And then when you have your visit, you're pretty much already So why would I not be involved in this? Why would I want to pay cash? So that's exactly what I was telling and asking the people. Okay, so you're going to pay the $119. Okay, sure. Because you don't have the choice, right? So what now if CloudMD is in Quebec and it's free? So I'm gonna do this with you. I'm going to give you this phone, and I'm going to give you this phone. This one's $119. This one's free. But it's coming out of your pocket. Which one are you going to use? They take the free all the time. I mean, come on, it's a no-brainer. It's not complicated. I mean, if I'm getting, CloudMD practitioners across Canada, footprint clinics. I mean, look, I was injured to the point where I needed to go to those type of footprint clinics, okay? And, inside those clinics for like 7 years, 6 years, 7 years, something like that. 6 years, 7 years. And, if I have to go to see, I'll go to those footprint, and those kind of clinics are like orthopedic surgeons are there. You can have generalists inside there. You have ergotherapists inside there. You have kinesiologists inside there, physiotherapists inside there, orthopedic surgeons. You have osteopaths inside there. You got maybe a meditation room because maybe it's more like something with psychology and you need to learn to meditate, whatever. You have psychologists in there, psychiatrists in there, and it's a full care clinic, and they all talk to each other. Your physiotherapists or your osteotherapists will talk to the orthopedic surgeon or whatever, and they all communicate, and they're all trying to fix the problem. And they'll be like, I notice it's a lot of stress. Like there's a lot of stress up here on this person, whatever. And they talk to the doctor. Like there's a lot of he's getting a lot of migraines and everything. But I notice there's a massive amount of tension. The shoulders are all hiked up like this. Maybe it's something psychological. Maybe we should have him see the psychologist. The psychologist in the other room. Like it's just right there down the hall. But when I say hall, all in one big, massive area. And you could have in Quebec, you can look at some of these places that these full, anyways, like Concordia Physio, Kinetics, I believe, Esprit Sport. There's so many more, but footprint clinics are extremely important. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it like that, and if you think it's easy to go and get these footprint clinics, I'm sure it's not easy. I'm sure it's really not easy, because why would Kinetics want to sell when Kinetics? Why would they want to sell, if I'm saying that right, when they're so popular? Like for physio and all kind of stuff, why would they want to sell physio and osteo and all this kind of stuff? Plus they have the doctors there, or kinesiologists and ergotherapists. Why would they want to sell? They have it's such a great brand, and same thing with Concordia Physio and all this kind of stuff. Why, or Esprit Sport? Why would you want to sell? So they have a lot of work to do to be able to get. So if they can buy one of these big players, and right away, like you have one in, I'm just saying, if you had one in Laval, you have one in Montreal, you have one in Montreal West, you have one here, you have one in the East End of Montreal, then you got one in the South Shore, you got some in South Shore East, South Shore West, so you have them a little bit placed all over the place. Oh, now wow, there's one that's opened up in like Saint Sauveur or Saint Jerome, and you have one of these clinics all over the place. I mean, that's a massive acquisition. You're taking a lot of time. Look, and if you have to buy a whole bunch of smaller clinics like that to get it up and going in the province, well, that's a lot of work too. And there's a lot of negotiations that's going to have to be. There's a ton of work. The fact that they have Vancouver and Ontario already, for me, that's big. That's big. When you're looking at what they're offering, plus the EMR, and let's not forget IMD and Prescribe It. They have all the pharmacies. They can go to any pharmacy across Canada because of what they're doing with Health Canada through Prescribe It and InfoWaste. So they don't need to have and they don't need to like make agreements with the pharmacies. They basically, it's already done. All right, because of our type of healthcare system, the way it's made in Canada, they basically and go look at the Canadian Health Act. Investors need to do this. You got to go. Like I read the Canadian Health Act, and there's certain things that all provinces have to sort of like do because the money's funneling right federally, and there's certain things that provinces can make decisions on, but there's certain things like the general health care and whatever, like you have to go at least read the Canadian Health Act to find out, especially if you're investing in CloudMD. Look, CloudMD, for me, I'm looking at, if they nail, like honestly, and I really hope Dr. Hamza does nail it, and not only as a shareholder, but just to see the company grow. If Dr. Hamza nails footprint clinics in Quebec and in Alberta in 2021, that'll be huge. That'll be huge. It's basically the population of Canada right there. Medicare card right there. Why would you pay anyone else? Ask yourselves, why doesn't anyone else have the Medicare coverage? Because if I was living in Ontario and I'm using my Medicare card, my healthcare number, if I'm using if I'm using that, I'm already never going to a clinic anymore. Just because of that, I'm already never going to a clinic anymore. My children are in there, my dependents are inside there. My wife would be using it. My cousins would be, everybody. I got to actually tell my whole family that live in Ontario. I didn't even think about that. I tell them, like, just do this, and you got telemedicine, at your whim. Like, you don't have to ever go to a clinic ever again. And you have your emergency medical records. You could have everything sent to the we know everything about CloudMD, right? We look at all the videos I've done. Go look at them all. It's just insane. And look, they'll refer you to their clinics if you have like an issue. You have something with your leg that hurts and whatever. And I totally understand. When Dr. Hamza is saying that this has taken many years to get to where we are, because CloudMD hasn't been around for forever. Dr. Hamza, I think he graduated in 1999 or something like that. To start his practice out, out of medical school, 2003. So really quickly, went and got clinics. I think it was HealthView, and then after that they were bought out by Premier Health around 2013, around those dates, and got into that, and then he ended up becoming director, I believe, or he was CEO And he was on Proactive Investments. If you go look at Proactive Investments, you're going to see him talking over there about Premier Health, and you're going to see a lot of his belief systems that from that time on. And once they acquired Cloud Practices in 2019, this was the beginning of CloudMD. All right. And they partnered up with IBM in order to create a more inline, streamlined system to be able to use. And it's not just anybody; it's IBM. So it's not just any company. IBM, they're still a very powerful company. Naturally, you have like Amazon's out there, and these guys are the big, different, but they're different type of players, right? But IBM is still a very, very strong company. And so Cloud Practices gets in. You have the whole Juno in there, the EMR, all this kind of stuff. And the next thing you know, you got CloudMD that just comes out. And in the beginning of the year, because they changed their name, and they have this app that's now functioning as CloudMD. This is all within like a year and maybe 2 months. Let's just say you put that in a year and 2 months, and you have Vancouver and Ontario now inside there. They're using the health system. They get prescribe it. They have made massive strides in this 1 year. They like Dr. Hamza said, like they consider it their founding year, but there's like a hell of a lot of experience from behind them for everything that they've been through. A ton of knowledge, and they knew exactly what they had to do. Now, they stated that they're going to they stated that they're going for Quebec and that they're going for Alberta. Okay, now that's massive, and if they get both provinces in 2021, forget about it. Like they are going to look, from word of mouth. If everybody that's an investor and a shareholder from word of mouth tells everybody once it's opened up in your province, you're like, oh, go to CloudMD, it's all free, it's Telemedicine, it's all free. And then by free, we say word free, but we're paying through our tax-paying dollars, so we have to be careful with the word free here. But point is that you're not paying an extra out of pocket. So why would you want to pay through your tax-paying dollars and then pay the extra out of pocket? It's like you're double paying. I don't understand that. That would So think about what could happen to the other companies if you got this free system across Canada. And then if you look at how you're talking provinces here, right? So until you start getting to the Northwest Territories and all these areas, I mean, the provinces are large. So you're looking at all these little cities, and towns and whatever in the provinces that don't have access. The rural areas, they're going to be able to use this, guys. I'm so excited about CloudMD, especially after doing all this other research that I've done. And I'm like, in my opinion, I'm 5 on 5. I'm completely bullish. It's crazy, and that doesn't even include the letters of intent that they had with China, the LOI, and it doesn't include like the whole AntWorks and benchmark with the New Delhi. I mean, it's just wow. It's just wow. Anyways, so that's it. In my opinion, 5 on 5, completely bullish on that. Yeah, I don't care. It's I gave myself it's a 5-year plan. I'm so curious. I'm so curious anyways to see where this company is going to be within 5 years. People can play the dips that it's doing right now. It's going up, and then maybe there's some people that have so much money that are actually influencing it. They're doing it because they see that there's 96 points whatever percent retail investors, and they have such a big amount of money that when they take out, it's like a whale and it drops, and and then people get scared and they start pulling out and whatever because they haven't done enough research on the company. But like I don't even look. And some people, you don't look, but if it goes down to 190 and you buy it at 190, well, that's an amazing price, especially if you're dropping the average and stuff like that. You're absolutely correct. I understand buying on the dips. I understand buying low. I understand reducing, your average. I understand all of that. Just saying that at the amount that I have in there already and at the price that's already at, if I see this stock, hit $20, $40, $50, I don't really care about, the extra pennies, the extra 10 cents here and there. I'm not going to go crazy on that. Naturally, if you're talking about, it drops $2, that would be interesting for, to get down into like dirt pennies. But the CloudMD's future, according to us, is bright. So I don't, if everything stays the way it is, and they keep on moving, and don't forget the insurance companies, guys. Don't forget the insurance companies, and what they can offer Fortune 500 companies with the full complete health package, and seeing them, like, to be able to see people, Fortune 500 and governments. This is insane. I'm telling you, the amount of research that we've done over here, I cannot see another company that offers identically what they're offering. And Dr. Hamza says it himself. He says himself, we're the only ones. We're the only to do this or be able to do that. No one else can. And I've tried to compare, because I want to know who my competition is, right? Because I'm a shareholder in CloudMD. Like in Neolithium, like in Air Canada, I'm a shareholder. And I want to know who the competition is. And I can't find one that, like in Ontario and in British Columbia, I don't see who's going to throw them out. Like, I don't see who's going to quash them, because already you're using your Medicare card number in there. So once this becomes a household name, word of mouth, whatever, household name or advertisements, because, advertising is very tricky today. Do you advertise on TV or do you advertise on the internet? They already have a ton of patients, and they have a lot of shareholders. There's a lot of, just from the millennials, people that are watching the telehealth sector. Believe me, people are watching telehealth sector. A lot of people are in Teledoc. ARC Investments is looking. Kathy Woods is, they're high involved in Teledoc and stuff like that. But, look at companies that are able to do really well in Canada. Look at Shopify. Look at Air Canada. Look at Suncor. Look at companies. Look at what they're valued at. Imagine a telemedicine company that's the major player in Canada in 5 years from now. Go pick up the Footprint clinics. Take your money, put it in that. Go get them. Go get them in Quebec. Go get them in Alberta. Open up that damn app. Like, don't look at anything else. Just focus on that. Go get those Footprint clinics. Open up those apps. Because once that's done, and the word of mouth is, they're all across Canada. They got most of the they got like 90 or whatever percent of the population now. I mean, people are going to be using this like crazy, because I'm telling you, when they're in Quebec, it's so immediate that I will be using it. And it's not only from a shareholder point of view. It's even as a humanitarian point of view. Because all these people living in the rural areas, how are they paying money, $119 a visit, or even $50 a month and stuff like that? How are they doing it? I'm not putting down the companies, but I'm just saying, how are people that are so tight for cash, how are they doing it? There's no way. There's no money for that. Even if you're you're really well off, and I know the hurdles that parents have to go, but not forget about parents, just people in general have to go through. And you know what? CloudMD, man, like, all power to you. All power to you. Get this thing up and running in all the provinces, and you know what? You will be rewarded just through word of mouth, because it will be like wildfire. When people in hard hit towns that are crumbling because there's no more jobs there, all right, and they have mental health depression, like, we need CloudMD here. We need CloudMD in Quebec, and we need CloudMD in Alberta, because we need the whole healthcare package when it comes to mental health, or when it comes to just talking to a doctor because you have aches and pains, which could be related to mental health. And we need our Medicare card and our socialistic type system in order to help those people that have no money, because they don't. If they're stuck in an area that they have no money and they have no way of going to see a doctor, well, we got to think about them. So anyways, that's my rant. And that's how bullish I am on CloudMD. Completely. And I'm not married to the stock, eh? I'm totally not married to the company. I'm not married to the stock. I just see the value in it. And that's it. So I'm good with what it is. All that being said is, I am big time bullish on CloudMD, and I'm probably more bullish now than ever before because of extra research that I've done. In my opinion, if you're looking at like 1 to 5 on bullish on CloudMD, I'm 5. All right, everybody, I really hope that you enjoyed that video. We'll have many more to come. Whatever you do, hit the subscribe and the like button. But hit that subscribe button in order for us to continue doing what we're doing. We need to bring up the subscriber and the memberships over here. And always remember, when you're doing any investment, whether it's in real estate or in the stock market, anything in life, at Betweenplays, what we always say, it's our motto: research, prepare, plan, execute. Okay? Stay strong.